Good morning and welcome to Camille's Country Corner. I am Camille, and on today's episode we are going to be doing some breakfast prep. I do this every weekend to get me prepared for the week because, like everyone else, who wants to get up and make breakfast right before you go to work? Not me. So I like to do some grab and goes. This week I'm going to be doing some breakfast sandwiches, and I'll show you what we need for that. But I'm also going to be making probably some apple muffins. And that's a quick, easy go. And then I am going to be making a Dutch pancake because I love them. And they taste like fried dough. They're wonderful. Excellent. All right, let's get started. I will show you what you need for this breakfast prep. All right, for the first portion of this, it's super easy. I'm just going to be using some English muffins, some eggs, and some sausage and cheese. So it's my version of the breakfast Egg Mcmuffins. All right, for a lot of this prep, it is super simple. We are going to put our English muffins on our cookie sheet, and I'm going to just toss this in the oven for about 10-15 minutes. Let them all toast up at once. I have my oven preheated at 400 degrees. And this prep is so easy that if I was to do this every single morning and make 1 or 2 sandwiches every single morning, what a pain in the butt that would be. So I just take a little help for myself and have these prepared. We have 3 people eating these breakfast sandwiches, so it just makes it easy to grab and go and head to work. I'm going to go ahead and make 8 of these today. And trust me, they might not even last the entire week. They usually don't. So, all right, I'm going to go ahead and get these in the oven. And for my sausage, this is super easy as well. This too, I am going to throw in the oven. It's just easier. It just makes prep so much easier for everything. All right. All I do is squish these into like patties. You can get the pre-made patties and just do that. One step simpler, but I already had this in my freezer, so I wanted to use what I already have in my freezer. Once I get these in the oven, these will take about anywhere from 20-25 minutes to get cooked all the way through. And I just try to squish them out so they fit the English muffins. Doesn't have to be perfect because who's going to see them? No one. You're just going to make them for your family, and they're the only ones that are going to eat them anyway. So win-win. And I got exactly 8 out of these. Okay, 20 to 25 minutes, and I'll bring you back and I'll show you. Well, in the meantime, we're going to go ahead and make the eggs that go with these as well. All right, to my pan, I have about a tablespoon of butter. And we're just going to fry up these eggs. Sorry about that. We're just going to fry up these eggs, nothing spectacular. I just want them to fit on the English muffin. So literally just going to fry these up. Like I said, nothing spectacular. You can do scrambled here. You can make an omelet. You can, whatever you want to, however you want to put your eggs on your breakfast sandwiches. I'm just showing you how I'm doing it this week. I change this up all the time. All right, I'm going to season these up with just a little bit of salt. I don't put pepper on because I actually do not like pepper on my eggs. So whoever's eating theirs will top theirs separately. All right, these eggs are about ready to flip. I am doing these eggs well done, so I will be popping them because I don't want to eat something on the go that's going to get all over my clothes. Like I said, sometimes we'll be eating these in the car or on break. They are on-the-go sandwiches. All right, at this point, you can top these with cheese. I'm not going to do that. I'll show you my version. So at this point, they're done. And I'm just going to let them cook up a little bit so it's not so runny. I am going to salt this other side just a tad. And once everything is done, I'll show you how to put it together. Okay, now we are just going to do the assembly for our breakfast sandwiches since everything is done now. I'm just going to place a cheese on each bread here. Actually, a whole piece is kind of a lot, but it fits better if I cut it crosswise. Okay, now that I have all the cheese on, I'm going to go ahead and top it, each one with a sausage. And then we're going to top each one with an egg. Nothing fancy about these, but they sure do get that job done. And yes, I'm using my hands because it's my family and my hands are clean. Somebody actually mentioned in one of the comments that they don't see me wash my hands. That's because we edit that part out. I am constantly washing my hands. All right, for these, we're just going to go ahead and individually wrap these. I'm going to use some plastic wrap, but you can use aluminum foil. You can use like a bag or baggies or however you want to package yours up. I will show you how I do mine. Let me go ahead because they are cooled off enough that I can go ahead and package them up now. All I do is just grab a little piece of plastic wrap. That's it. Throw these in the refrigerator. They are ready to go for breakfast when we need them. Okay, we're going to go ahead and start the Dutch pancake here. For the Dutch pancake, we're going to go ahead and add 4 tablespoons of butter to our pan. And we're going to go ahead and throw that in a 350-degree oven for about 5 minutes while we mix up the batter. All right, we're going to start with 3 eggs here. This is the batter for our Dutch baby pancake. All right, let me put you up so you can see my mixer here. All right, I'm going to go ahead and add the eggs, our 3 eggs. I am also going to add a half a cup of milk of your choice. I'm just using some 2% here. We need a half a cup of flour and 1 tablespoon of sugar and a dash of nutmeg. I may have made this before because I love this. These are fantastic. This is a fantastic way to make an easy grab and go. All right, we're going to go ahead and pulse, or actually we're going to mix this up pretty good. So hold for 1 moment. I'd say we did that for about 30 seconds. You want to make sure everything is very well combined and that it all looks like almost like a crepe batter. All right, we're going to go ahead and put this in our pan that I just had my 8 by 11, and that butter will be melted in there, and I will show you what I'm going to do. All right, now that our butter is melted inside our pan, we're just going to pour that batter in there. That's all that is to it. And we're going to let that cook, don't look at my dirty oven, for about 20 to 25 minutes, and I'll show you what that looks like once it's done. All right, this is what it looks like when the Dutch baby is done. All right, we're going to get started on our apple cranberry muffins. To my bowl, I have sugar, and I'm going to add 1.5 cups of sour cream and my 1/2 cup of melted butter. And I have 2 eggs. I'm going to go ahead and add those in here. And it does call for 1 teaspoon of vanilla. I am going to be using vanilla paste here today. We're just going to mix that till combined. To my dry mixture, I have 2 cups of flour. And we're going to be adding a 1/4 of a teaspoon of our baking soda. We'll be adding 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, or a little more in my case. We're going to do 1/8 of a teaspoon of cloves. Eighth of a teaspoon of our allspice. And 1/2 teaspoon of our nutmeg. All right, go ahead and mix all of that together. We're going to go ahead and combine that with our wet ingredients. All right, we're doing that just till combined. All right, I have 1 cup of chopped apple. I'm not measuring. I'm happy with whatever that is. Going to do 1 cup of our cranberries. I'm using dried cranberries here. And I'm also going to be adding some pecans to mine as well. Probably about 1/2 cup. Maybe more. We're just going to fold all of that in. All right, I've got my muffin pans lined here. And I've just got some pumpkins on these. And we're going to fill these about 3/4 of the way full. This makes 1.5 dozen of our muffins. And when I say 3/4 of the way full, I pretty much mean full. All right, and I have already done my streusel topping. So to my streusel topping, I have a 1/4 cup of brown sugar. I have 3 tablespoons of flour and 2 tablespoons of cold butter. I'll clean that up a little bit. All right, I'm just going to top these with our streusel topping, get them in the oven, and we're going to let these cook for about 20 minutes at 350 degrees. And I'll bring you back as soon as they are ready. All right, now that we have finished our food prep for this week for our breakfast portion, we have the Dutch pancake, which we've already started eating for our breakfast this morning. I knew that wasn't going to make it for very long. We have our breakfast sandwiches for the rest of this week. I've made 8 of them. I only pulled some of them back out of the refrigerator. And then we have our wonderful apple cranberry muffins. And I am not going to try any of those right now because they just came out of the oven and they are super, super hot. But I'll let you know that they are absolutely delicious. They are fantastic, and it's a great grab and go. And those will be staying in our household for this week because we love them. All right, I hope you enjoyed this episode, and if you haven't yet, definitely hit that subscribe. Definitely hit that like button, and we'll catch you on the next one. We make 3 videos each week. And it's from scratch or semi-homemade, and I do sometimes take a little bit of help from that grocery store. Nothing wrong with that. All right, guys, we'll catch you on the next one. Thanks for stopping by here today.